Hey, Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your November 2024 career and money reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. Oh my goodness. As I was doing your intro, I kept hearing keeping the peace, keeping the peace. Bottom of the deck, you have the Peacemaker. Capricorn, you are being called to apply diplomacy and tact to a difficult situation when it comes to your career or your finances. Some of you may be dealing with a negotiation. This could be politics, unions, contracts, or any other peacemaking career, or perhaps you're just wanting the energy to feel more peaceful. Yeah, because I keep hearing keeping the peace, keeping the peace. You may be approaching situations or need to approach them with a win-win attitude when making business deals. I do see some sort of negotiation or contract coming in for you. If not in November, it could be early December is what I'm picking up on here. But it's going to require you to really take a look at what's going on, the reality, not sugarcoating it just to keep the peace, but actually diving into a situation in order to find resolution and apply that tact and diplomacy to it. But that's the only way towards more peace, is going through something. And I feel for some of you, this may require you coming out of denial. If you've been putting up a false front to make money or to please others or to keep the peace, it's time to remove that mask. It's time to remove that blockage. Wow. Remove the mask. You have the Seven of Swords showing up here. It's in reverse, which is good. Some of you are doing it for self-preservation. Some of you said, I know I'm in a sticky situation here. I know it's not best for me, but I'm staying because A, B, or C, right? Or I'm keeping someone on board because of A, B, or C. Or maybe you were dealing with someone that you wanted to believe they were a good person or they had good intentions. And I just feel like that mask is being removed this month. You're seeing things for how they truly are. And I also feel like you are opening up to, I'm getting the moon energy here. You're opening up to, well, for one, a new beginning. But the moon, it can also be truths being exposed, and you're being asked to really trust your intuition because there is a new beginning on the horizon, even though it's been a bit delayed due to this denial or due to some sort of self-preservation. What I see happening for you is you overcoming these obstacles. Some of you are dealing with an individual or a person in your company that, King of Cups, I feel like they were money hungry or on a power trip, or perhaps status or materialism, material gain, what they could get out of it. It almost feels like you were dealing with a bit of a trickster here with the Fool and the Seven of Swords. You were dealing with someone who was quite foolish, and they thought that maybe they could pull one over you, and you're not that individual. You are the King of Cups here, and you keep things afloat, but I feel like there's only so much that you can take as well before you snap or before something crumbles or falls apart. And you're a healer. I see that here for you. You're a healer, and all you want is peace, and you want to heal, Capricorn, and you want to help others. You want to be of service. You're good at what you do. And I know for a lot of you, you have been going through a lot of ups and downs financially and within your company, or if you're a business owner, right? You've been carrying a lot of burdens, 10 of Wands, and we're getting endings bringing in new beginnings, endings bringing in new beginnings. And I actually feel like this new beginning is closer than you think if you haven't already stepped into this. What's coming in above you? What's coming in above you? The world. Endings bringing in new beginnings, quite literally. The world goes back into the Fool. And so there is wrapping up of a situation. This is also about the end of a major journey that you've been on. You've probably heard me talk about the last 16 years, Pluto and Capricorn. There's been a lot of learning, a lot of valuable lessons that you have come to. Some of you are retiring, or you're thinking about changing careers, changing your path, completely doing a 180 is what I'm getting, and breaking free. Breaking free. 7 of Wands. You see him breaking out of a cage. You may even be leaving the corporate world. I'm getting strong King of Wands energy here. Leaving the corporate world, or growing or expanding upon your own business. Oh, how are you feeling? What's going on with you? The Sun, look at that. You're chasing some waterfalls here. You're chasing some dreams. And how interesting is that? There's a song, TLC, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. That's the opposite of what I'm getting here. You're meant to go chase those waterfalls. You're meant to go chase your happiness here. You're meant to, fulfill that, find that within yourself. That's where happiness truly comes from, is within you. So what are you curious about? What do you want to learn more about? You're overcoming something huge here. You're completing a cycle. Some of you may even be graduating, or you may be taking a certification, learning something new. Here's another healer. You're coming into your feminine and masculine energies, and there is an alignment taking place here. Both King and Queen of Cups showing up in your energy. This could also be fostering genuine connections. Some of you are in the caring profession, healer, healing arts. You may be a psychic, a tarot reader, a doctor, a nurse, a massage therapist, or just someone who helps other people out. You're a helper. You're a healer. What's going on in the hopes and fears for Capricorn, please? Hopes and fears. The Lovers. Interesting here. Yeah, the hope here is that you can follow your heart, make money doing it, be happy doing it, and that any obstacles or challenges that do come your way, that you can manifest and heal through that heart space, right? And the fear is, what if I stay in something that I don't love? What if I stay in denial? There's the Moon. I told you that Moon was coming up strong. That Moon is showing up here to say there's something being revealed to you. And this is big. This is about trusting your intuition, because not everything is as it seems right now. Not with that 7 of Swords here. And bottom of the deck, we do have the Hanged Man. So some of you, this is a huge wake-up call for you internally. The Hanged Man can certainly feel like a big delay. It can feel very confusing. It can feel like we are hung up on something. And I feel like you're surrendering with this Pisces energy. You're on the brink of a massive awakening here, and you're releasing some old beliefs or some old, maybe even victim mentality of I'm stuck, right? You may be saying, Mel, I am stuck. I'm stuck in this position. I don't have any other options. This is what I know. This is what I've learned. The Hanged Man shows up to help you gain a new perspective. And what is right behind the Hanged Man? It's the other energy I felt coming in, the King of Wands. King of Wands here. That is entrepreneurship, leadership. It is goal-oriented. Someone who marches to the beat of their own drum. Someone who is very, resourceful and successful. Someone who's expressive with their ideas. And I feel like this is what you're shifting into. This Hanged Man energy is feeling more confident about your career path, because right now there may be a lot of confusion. There may be a lot of hesitation. It's still because you're going through some bits and pieces of your awakening that you don't have all the pieces put together quite yet, but that's what you are wrapping up and learning in order to have this new beginning. So your first card out here, we have the Cup. Doesn't surprise me to see the Cup, because we actually have the King and the Queen of Cups showing up in your reading. This may be a partnership that you are involved in, or it could be one, that you are coming into contact with. Some of you, this could be a partnership with a family member or even a spouse. For others of you, you may be branching off from an organization or partnering up with someone to go do your own thing. This is about taking care of business in order to feel fulfilled emotionally, financially, and spiritually. And this can be having an overflowing cup, right? An overflowing cup. And this can have, this can be an empty account where you're really taking inventory at this time and saying, what fills my cup and what drains me? Because that's where your focus lies at this time. And I feel like you're putting your nose to the grindstone in a way, because the gears are rolling here. You have these ideas, you have these plans. You've worked really hard. I see that with the 10 of Wands. You've worked really hard to build something quite lucrative for yourself. A lot of you've built a business, you've built, your resume up. You have come a long way on your journey. And I feel like you want to get to that point where you can take a little bit of time off, where you can settle down, maybe retire, or have a sense of safety and security, or a nest egg where you have this account that feels full. It feels luscious, like you have more than enough. And I feel like it's been difficult trying to maintain or trying to get to that level. And I see here that you are coming to this point within yourself. You've been going through this. It just feels like it's been stretched out a little bit. But I see here with the crown, this is you overcoming some massive obstacles when it does come to your abundance. And some of you, yes, these were some really big lows. These were some really big highs. And this does talk about wealth. I feel like you will be quite wealthy here. And wealth is more than just money. Wealth is being rich in resources, rich in, abundance, rich in many different ways. This is a whole cornucopia of wealth for you. And a lot of you are becoming your own owner or boss. This is about taking charge, making progress. And I feel like you're on the precipice of some really powerful milestones in your life. You have the World, the Fool, the Sun, the Moon, the Lovers. Those are big milestones, major arcanas. When we see so many major arcanas in a reading, this talks about a turning point in one's life, a big one. And the fact that we have the Sun and the Moon here, and the Sun is showing up in your energy, you are shedding light to some of those fears. Some of those fears that you have are being eradicated. It's something that it no longer exists for you, or it's a fear that you're pushing through. Maybe it exists, but you're saying, I'm not letting that fear hold me back anymore because I deserve happiness. And a lot of you, the Moon and the Sun, they come hand in hand, right? The Moon and then the Sun and then the Judgment and then the World. And I feel like the judgment call that's already been made, or it's about to, maybe hovering over your energy here, because that's part of the completion. And I feel like you've been asking, what makes me happy? And trusting your intuition and taking action steps. That's why you have the gears, because I do see you taking action steps towards the things that do enlighten you, the things that bring you joy, the things that bring you happiness. And maybe it's taking baby steps. Maybe it's signing up for, a class. It could be opening up a new platform online. Maybe it's starting a YouTube channel. It's not going to be instant or overnight, but I feel like some small choices in habit, some small routines, those are what adds up to the biggest success, right? The small things that we do daily. And I feel like that's something we don't always accredit ourselves to. We don't always realize that it's through those small habits or small changes that make the biggest difference. But look what you have here. You have take off as your final outcome. And it says here, things will take off much sooner than you expected here, Capricorn. Now is a good time to take action. And we see you taking action here. We see you taking action, and this could be that judgment energy that's kind of missing here from your reading, because we see the Moon, the Sun, the World, the Fool, which all kind of go hand in hand, but we see you making a choice, possibly that has to do with with trusting in the heart, trusting in your soul path and journey. And maybe that hasn't always been the easiest for you. It says, now is a good time to take action. There's no stopping you. And I feel like you have been planning, okay? If you feel like you've been rushing into things without a clear plan, that may be something that you're looking into more so. But I feel for a lot of you Capricorn, you are planners, right? You are someone who maybe has the schedule, you have the planner, you have the to-do list, you have the pros and cons, right? You maybe write things down, or you like to feel organized. And I see that you are someone who really is going to take off, but it's like you've been on the ground level for quite some time. You've been on the runway, and it's like you've been circling around the runway, and you've been seeing other planes take off, right? Other businesses or other people or whatever it may be. I feel like you are ready yourself, but it's taken a long time for you, because it feels like right when you were ready to take off, something may have happened. Maybe you needed to fuel up, right? Or maybe there was an illness, or maybe there was someone that left the company, or perhaps it just feels like there's been roadblock after roadblock that stopped you from really taking off. And I feel like you're about to. And that's why you have the Fool crossing your path, and you have the World coming in, because I feel like you're tying up some of those loose ends in order to get ready to lift, in order to launch. Now we do have the Denial card, and it says here, what are you refusing to see? It's better to live in truth than in a lie. So perhaps you're insisting that reality be something other than it is. And I see that sometimes where people say, well, when this changes, it'll get better. Or when that person leaves, it'll get better. Or, if I move to a new position, it'll get better. And we constantly seek externally our happiness. And I feel like you're really going within and saying, wait a second here. What's really going on? What is triggering me? What belief do I have in place that may be holding me back? What do I fully need to wrap up here in order to launch my greatest life, my greatest abundance here, my greatest gifts? How can I be of service? But how can I also receive in return to make a living? And so I see that's where you're at here with the Seven of Swords. Now, of course, some of you are dealing with someone who is sneaky, cunning, someone who was hiding their motives. There was some sort of dishonesty that came from wanting a desired outcome. I mean, that's why everyone lies. They want a desired outcome. And what is that? That is illusion. Sometimes it means that they're going to lie. They're going to put up an illusion, which is fear, right? Because they're scared that if they are honest or if they are truthful, that they're not going to get the desired outcome they want. And so either you or someone you've been dealing with have had some motives. Now, getting honest with your motives is the biggest piece here. Why do you want the things that you want? There's no right or wrong when it comes to someone's motives per se, but we need to be honest with ourselves about why we have those motives. And I feel here you're releasing yourself from the limitations that have held you back, from dishonesty in all forms. This is about you getting real, getting raw, and getting vulnerable even with yourself, with your guides, surrendering. There's a sense here of wanting to embrace this new beginning with the Fool card showing up, but you don't want to be reckless about it either, but you want to stay in this energy of allowing and trusting in the heart, okay? It feels like, you're not the type of person to say, I'm just going to quit my corporate job and I'm going to start my business, but I'm not going to have any pieces put into place. Like, I have to plan this out. I have to, have money coming in. I have to have enough saved. I have to plan things first. And for some of you, you got caught up in that planning. You're like, I don't even know what that consists of. What does that look like? What's the first step? If that has been you and you've been stuck in that limbo period of, okay, I really don't love this, but I'm staying, therefore I'm in denial because I don't know what to do and it's confusing, trust that you are having an aha moment or a flash of enlightenment that is going to help you take that next step. And again, I feel like it has to do with taking the small initiative each and every day, the small habits. There's a really great book. I think is it Atomic Habits? And that could be beneficial. Some of you, this is time management. For others of you, it's about taking maybe 15, 20 minutes a day just to meditate, just to reconnect, because I feel like you are on this path of liberation and this new journey, which looks to be quite exciting. It really does. But it is going to require you to take one step and then another step. You don't have to see all 100 steps before you take that first one. Can you trust that there's going to be a step there every time you go to step up? And that's what trusting in the universe and trusting in your path really means. You don't have to have all those pieces figured out. You just have to take one step. Okay. A journey of 1,000 miles, right? Lao Tzu. So we have the King of Cups in your energy. And the King of Cups is someone who's very loving, very kind, very emotionally intelligent, someone who builds, strong bonds or wants to, but sometimes it can be difficult because not everybody has the heart that you have, Capricorn. You have a loving heart, and sometimes you bend over backwards to help other people, even if it means that you sink sometimes, because you see that he's holding up a ship. And the sharks are underneath threatening, right? Threatening that if that ship goes down, oh boy. So you feel like you have to hold it all together. And I feel like that's been difficult. That's been a weight on your shoulders that you've carried. And some of you, it's freaking physically exhausting, right? It is exhausting with this 10 of Wands. This 10 of Wands is responsibility overload. It is feeling overwhelmed. This is taking on so much that you're burnt out. This is also needing to seek help and unburdening what it is that you are carrying. You're feeling like you're taking on a lot and it's time to reprioritize. That's why the Fool is showing up here. What is a priority for you? Because you may find that if you dig into that a little bit more, something that once was a priority, it may not be at the top of your bucket list anymore or the top of your to-do list. And you have to get real with that and say, maybe that isn't as important as it once was. And I have to accept that and be okay with it. And then when you accept something for the truth of what it is, then you're able to release bit by bit some of the burdens that you've carried. Is it important? Is it a priority? Is it helping you get to where you are meant to go? If not, I feel like you're needing to release and surrender, because that's going to help you close up the cycle. Now, what's coming in for you is beautiful. This is enlightenment. It's victory. When you have the World and the Sun here, there's something quite profound. This is a sense of freedom, of travel for some of you. This is gratification after a feeling of it being delayed for quite some time. Some of you have been on this prolonged journey, a very long journey where you're closing up things in order to move on. And this is completion. This is your energy as well, Capricorn. So I feel like the world is your oyster. And it's important for you to get out of that perspective that says this is the only path, because we now live in an era, in an age, right? As we are embarking in this age of Aquarius, where we can be and do and learn anything we want. Anything we want. There doesn't have to be restrictions. You can be someone who builds a business online, right? Something you say on the internet could land you to be a millionaire. Now, chances are, that could be slim. You're going to need to put some hard work into it, and I feel like you have. But I also feel like you are born for wealth. I keep getting that for you, born for wealth. And that may have been a big area that you've struggled with at times in your life, is feeling wealthy, feeling abundant, even though deep down, you know that there's some sort of abundance that you will accumulate or you will credit yourself to at some point or another. But Capricorn, I feel like there's a graduation here. This is a graduation, the universe saying you did it. throw the hat to the wind here because you're embarking upon a new journey. Some of you, you may be reaching people globally, internationally, traveling, reaching people through electronics, technology. I'm also getting maybe even working with a little bit more AI. Okay, AI in your business or using AI to build up a business. If there's something you do not know, it doesn't matter if you're 34 or if you're 64 or whatever age, you can learn it. You can learn it. And I feel like that's going to help you break out of the Seven of Wands. Okay, Seven of Wands is about putting up your guard, and it's about defensiveness because some of you have been accused. Some of you have been feeling the pressure from all angles. Some of you have been closed off. But I feel like you're breaking out of that restriction or regulation or confinement. This could be the corporate world. Some of you, it feels like you've been demoted or you've really struggled with your defense. There's something here about being defensive or constantly having to feel like you had to explain yourself or constantly feeling like you're hitting a brick wall. And I feel like you're crashing through the glass ceiling here. You are quite literally using your determination, your strength, your willpower, your fortitude to bend the bar, to bend the bars here. Bar exam. Someone could be taking some sort of an exam. Okay. Someone could be focusing or on their flex, maybe nutrition or exercise is significant here as well. Someone could be a tattoo artist, maybe changing their appearance, upgrading their resume, upgrading or giving a business look, a facelift. Okay, facelift. I feel like you're breaking out of confinement and it feels really darn good. This is about you living life on your terms, Capricorn. It's protecting what you've built. But I also see that you're non-conforming. And some of you, this does talk about bending the rules here. Yeah, because I'm getting the bars being bent. So something is bending here, bending the rules. I feel like rules are meant to be broken anyway. Now, of course, it doesn't mean go break out all the rules and get into trouble and then you call me from the jail. Mel, you got me in here. Don't do that, right? But I feel like this is saying here, think outside the box. Learn the rules so you know where they can be bent a little bit, okay? And I am also getting the laws of attraction, the universal laws, cause and effect, laws of karma. And I feel like you've done good work. You've put out good energy. Therefore, what does that mean, Capricorn? You're going to receive it back. There is going to be good karma coming your way. And I see it with the sun. The sun is the happiest energy, right? It is joy. And it's interesting because we have the bird's eye view and it feels like you have a new perspective. You have a new view on life, on your career, on your finances. And this is an abundant mindset. The sun is confidence, it's playful, it's successful, it's vitality, it's abundance. It makes you happy. It's healthy ego. It feels warm. It feels good. And that's what you are embracing. And that's the energy that you are sinking into. Some of you could even be traveling in the month of November. Capricorn, you could be planning for travel for later in the year or around your birthday. Okay, I do feel here that there's some sort of happy news that really helps you, or it's part of you creating your own happiness that helps you overcome some of these obstacles that you've been facing. This is good. Now we have the Queen of Cups showing up in the environment. The Queen of Cups is a helper, right? She's a healer. She could be a tarot reader, a psychic. She could be in the caring profession. Something that you have learned is to fill your own cup, or that's a big lesson that you are meant to learn over the last decade or so, because you may be a people pleaser. You may be someone who, tends to want to fix everyone, heal everyone. but at an expense, at a cost. The cost is carrying all those burdens. So I feel like you're kind of weighing up some things now and you're saying, wait a second, can I do this for me? Yes, I can. Can I listen to my own intuition? Yes, you can. And the Queen of Cups is highly intuitive. So this month for you, you may be receiving download after download of intuitive hits. Listen, because that is going to be that step, the gears rolling, right? Putting the plans into motion that's going to help you overcome some obstacles is by listening to that nurturing voice within. Some of you are getting help this month as well from a psychic, a healer, a soul coach, a business coach. This could be someone in the healing or caring profession that helps you get unstuck. It could even be a therapist or a mentor. Okay, this could be a mother. It could be a best friend, someone who's very nurturing, someone who shows support. I also feel like, yeah, there could be an individual that does show up for you, that gives you solid words of advice, and it does help you feel more peaceful, that you are also aligning with your own intuition. So for those of you that are struggling, reach out, perhaps reach out to someone. Anyone that we mentioned here that could help you on your path, help you reconnect to that intuitive part of yourself. And I feel like you're also needing to release the tendencies to make everyone else happy and for you to focus on your happiness here. Now, the Lovers showing up in your hopes and fears is finding balance. Now, this used to be the choice card, and in order to make a choice, we have to balance out, the head, the thoughts, and then the emotion to allow the intuition to fully rise up within one. And I feel like there is a balance here, but there could be a difficult choice to make for you. But I feel like it's not as difficult when you're truly tuning into that intuitive part. And I see you doing that. That's what's going to help you break out. Listening to the heart, listening to the divine soul. This is your blueprint. This is you being of service and trusting in your path. Trusting in your path. You're making progress here. I see this. You're definitely making progress. And even though your outcome is the moon, you can still make progress in times of uncertainty. And that's important for you to remember. You can still make progress when things may at times feel a bit hidden. But because you have the sun, you're illuminating some sort of shadow. And I feel like this has to do with the Hanged Man and the King of Wands showing up at the bottom of the deck. This is what's being illuminated to you, is why you're stuck, how to get unstuck, and the confidence that you need to move forward, to forge your own path, to march to the beat of your own drum, and to bring and apply diplomacy and tact to a situation. And I do feel like this is going to be a win-win for you. I really do. But there is going to be some changes here. I do see some changes with that Hanged Man. Changes in perspective, that is. And perspective could change, your world entirely. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have, please, for Capricorn, November 2024? All right, Capricorn, you have the Observer card 49. Some of you may be 49 years old. Now, the Observer is all about perspective. Yep, we're talking about perspective, and here it is again. This is about objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. And we have, look at what he's looking at there through the telescope. He's actually looking at the moon. There's something you're able to see now that is being made clear because you have that telescope. You didn't have that telescope before. Something is being shown to you. It is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and projects from a different perspective. The trick, there's the Fool. This is important here. See the synchronicities? The Fool, this is the trick. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. So again, that's tricky for you to do because so many times we're thinking of the thousandth step, right? The thousandth step. We're trying to look so far ahead that we stumble when we really need to take a step up and just one step at a time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with that single step. Can you trust the essence of this? Can you connect to the essence of your goals, the feelings of it? You know, how does it make you feel? The aspirations, right? While letting go of what it may look like or the timing. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect vision of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. That's a powerful message there for you. And I do see the fear showing up at times with the moon. And I'm going to read to you the protection message because I feel like this has to do with closing out some endings here. Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there. Oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. There's a big world out there. You have the world and it's above you. There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust. There's the Queen of Cups, right? This could be a psychic, a healer, a coach, a therapist, a mentor. Get advice from someone you trust who may have a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. There's the Lovers. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up, you guys. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink in. There's the Sun. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. Wow. And there's the scope here, the telescope. And this telescope could come through the form of, help or guidance to help you shift that perspective and gain more confidence about your path moving forward. I love those synchronicities. Usually we see a couple of them, but you just had back to back to back with the words, the world showing up, the trick with the Fool, the Lovers, the vista of the Sun. I mean, beautiful confirmation there for you, Capricorn. Let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes, Capricorn. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big breath in from the bottom of your stomach all the way up. Hold it as long as you can and release through your mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animals are wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited your dreams or recently crossed your path in the great outdoors. Or maybe a pet or animal that's at your home or by your side as you're listening to this reading. There is no right or wrong answer, Capricorn. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, All you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video and hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification, which comes out on the 1st of each month. All right. Now, right away, I was seeing a kangaroo, which kangaroo is not in this deck, but some of you could be from maybe Australia, okay? Or maybe you seen a kangaroo in your mind's eye. Now, kangaroo can be about, taking a leap, taking a jump, right? And I feel like some of you, you've been preparing, you've been planning, and I feel like it's time to kind of take that leap. Let's look at your animals. You have 31, groundhog spirit, time to let go. Yeah, time to let go. That's why we have the world. There is a completion here. There's a graduation. Time to let go of that old story and embrace a new one. Because once we let go, once we release, it gives us that opportunity to see the greater picture. It allows us to see the vast opportunities that the world brings in. And it's also card 31. 31 is typically the last day of the month. It's the highest number that we can go to in a month's time span. And so the 31st could be significant for some of you. Some of you may be born on the 31st. Some of you may be born on the 20th, the 17th, or the 26th. Now, the 31st, time to go. Groundhog. We have dolphin spirit. Remember in the beginning I said we have the judgment hovering above your energy. We have the star, the moon, the sun, we didn't have the star, but we had the moon, the sun, the world, the fool, which kind of all coincide with each other. And then the judgment was hovering over. Well, there's card 20. This and that are true. What is true for you, Capricorn? That's why you have the 7 of Swords showing up. This is about you getting honest with yourself, about your path forward, about your happiness, about your skills, your talents. Because this is your belief system, getting down to the root of your belief system, because that's how you manifest. That's your truth. And if something isn't true for you anymore, then don't force that. Don't stick to that belief any longer if it's limiting you or holding you back. Next, we have Crow Spirit. Co-create with Spirit, your biggest manifesting partner. And and there's the star. Oh my gosh, there's 17. So now we have the star, the moon, the sun, the judgment, the world, the fool, right? So you're completing a cycle. Some of you may even be seeing repetitive numbers or ascension numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's letting you know that you are on the right track. You are stepping forward. And then lastly, we have Flamingo. But right now you are very much in that in-between. The world and the fool is the in-between. It's wrapping up things in order to have a new beginning. Embrace it the best that you can. Find your balance. Keep that internal peace within yourself the best that you can. Find ways to bring about more peace in your life. Okay, but not at the expense of yourself. Don't keep the peace if it's destroying you. There's a message there as well. Embrace this, because sooner rather than later, you're going to fully step into this full energy and you're going to embark upon a brand new journey. All right, let's get a final message for you, Capricorn, from your guides, your angels. What does Capricorn need to know? Body love. Take care of you. Take care of your body, because your body has supported every moment leading to now. It never leaves you. And some of you are struggling with the body or self-love. It says you are safe in your body. It is wise and all-knowing. When you tune into your body, guidance and inner knowing become clear. Yeah, tune into your body. Where is your source of pain? What is your body trying to tell you? And some of you have been disconnected from your body, and that is what you are being reminded at this time. And lastly, created with intention. This card has been coming out for a lot of signs. So collectively, I feel like this is an important reminder from the gods above that we are all created with intention. What comes easy and simple to you is your superpower. right? Maybe you have the gift of communication, of connecting to others. Maybe you have a psychic gift. Maybe you're a healer. Perhaps what you do in your profession is also part of your purpose, right? Perhaps you are able to help people with their problems. You're able to help bring them resources. Whatever it may be, it does come easy to you. Maybe it's always come easy. It doesn't mean that you haven't had times of struggle, but it says here, don't underestimate how powerful your gift is to others. The world needs your offerings. Capricorn, the world needs your offerings. So when you want to give up, or you're doubting your gifts, or you feel like this isn't really a gift for you, maybe it's even sensitivity. It can be empathy, whatever it may be. Trust it. The world needs it and you need it. There's a big old vista and she's looking right there at the moon. We have the moon as the outcome. So trust in this. Work on releasing any energies that tell you lies, anything other than the truth. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. Powerful reading. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And of course, drop your power animals in the comment section below the video to be entered into that giveaway. And thank you again so much, Capricorn, for tuning in till the end here with me. And I'm sending you lots of love.